Hello friends, welcome to CSS tutorial. In this video, we will see how to use BorderCollapse property, and here we will go with merge cell border via BorderCollapse. So the border can be applied to cells in the sense for table data. Then we will see how border will collapse when we won't apply any margin, and how to deal that with the BorderCollapse. When table cells have different border style, BorderCollapse property can be used. The property has two values. One is collapsed. So here borders merges. One border takes precedence over other. So if there are two cells, right, and if we don't have any margin, then here is what called the collapse. And if style is same, that's okay. But when there are a different style, when there are two different style, let's say this is solid and this one is dashed. So if that's the case, how this merging border should behave? So that's what called are controlled by this BorderCollapse property. So now collapsed means borders merge, one border takes precedence over other. So let's state this is solid and this one is dashed. So out of these two, one will take precedence and that one will get displayed here. Since borders are merging, it's not possible to display both. So browsers will display one border here by taking precedence over the other one. Separate. So here border will not collapse with each other. So that's a separate style. Here border will collapse and here it will not collapse. That means we will see both border. Now let's go to the demo and explore this property. So here we have table BorderCollapse.html, and that is rendered here in the right side browser. So here if you see, we have HTML, and in the body we have a heading. Then this is one table and the table ends here, and the table contains two rows. That's one row, and this one is one more row, two rows. Similarly, we have one more table and that table contains two rows. So here we just defined the table body. After that we defined a row, and inside row we have three columns in both the tables. And when defining the table data, if you see, we have a class called style1 and style2. So we are alternating between two different style for the table data, right? Here also style1, style2. Likewise, we are repeating it. Now let's save the content. So now if you see, our two table got rendered here in the browser. Now let's provide style. Here we are defining the first style, style1. Right, border is 2 pixel. Border style is double and padding is 1 pixel. So once we apply this style 1, just highlighted that, you can see what are all the cells got affected. In first table, 3 cells get affected, and in second table also 3 cells get affected, right? So now we will save the content, and if you see, the border is applied to selective cells in both the tables, right? A 2 pixel border with a double style. Since it is 2 pixel, the style 1, which is double, right, that's not properly visible, so we can go ahead with a solid instead. Since border thickness is only 2 pixel, double doesn't work well. Alright, now we have gone with a solid style. Now we will go ahead with second style. Second style, if you see, the style here is dashed style. We used the same border 2 pixel and padding 5 pixel. Here it is 1 pixel, right? Here we used 5 pixel. Alright, now let us save this, and you can see how the borders are displaying. Now the first table, in the first table and in the second table you can see both the borders. Now let's go to the CSS style that is specific to the tables. So for now we just applied the style which is specific to CSS box. Now we will define style for table. Here if you see table column equal to, class equal to collapse. So table dot collapse, that means tag is table and this is class, right? And one table defines collapse style and another one defines no collapse style. So first let us go with the collapse style. Here if you see border collapse dot collapse and width 300 pixel. So now this width will be applied to first table. For second table it will not get applied, right? Well, because second table defines no call, that we haven't yet defined. We just defined this call only. So now we are exploring the border collapse as collapse property. Now let's save this, and if you see here border is collapsing, right? Because border collapse, we set it as collapse, and here you can see that the common border, this border is collapsing with this cell, right? So here the solid is taking precedence and dashed is given second precedence. So wherever the cell collapses, there the solid one takes place, right? So here these two edge, if we take first column in second row, the left edge and bottom edge is not disturbed, so that is displayed in dashed style. And if we take second row, second cell, left is okay. Here we cannot take it, we will go to the third one, and here if you see the left edge is merging with the second cell of second row and precedence is given to that edge, so solid is displayed. The same goes for the top cell, and these two edges not disturbed, so that is displayed in dashed style, because we have two styles, right? One is solid and another one is dashed. Now let's go ahead with no column style. Here we are just exploring the separate, and we know that this will be applied to our second table. Now let's save the content, and if you see, that's the default behavior. So separate is the default behavior, And if we want collapse, we can use BorderCollapse as a collapse. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.